Hello, my name's David Nandini and I'm here today with Chris Brooks at the Shepparton RSL on the 27th of February 2020. We just had a very big meeting with about 150 people here and we discussed some issues. Now, Chris is the chairman of Southern Riverina Irrigators, an irrigator group with about 1,800 members. Chris?
Yep.
And at this meeting we had Mick Keelty and also another issue that Chris will explain because he knows a lot better than I. So Chris, can you just tell us, we had Mick Keelty, what do you think?
Oh, look, I'm a Keelty fan.
Yep.
I mean, he's the best conduit that we've had access to.
Yep.
From a grower's perspective,
Yep.
direct to the water minister.
Yep.
You know, I don't care whether you talk about our local member in Farrer or our local member, the local member here in Shepparton.
Yep.
They don't pass on the required message to the water minister in Canberra about how big an impact the lack of water is having on the regions and communities. Mick Keelty shows some empathy. Mick Keelty is driven, you know, he's no dill, and he genuinely wants to highlight the issues and as Little Proud promised to do, if he could shine a light on the issues and justify our claims, then they would address it.
Yep.
So this is a process that I'm happy to engage with. You know, it's all we've ever asked of our federal politicians is to, you know, address the issues that we have concerns about that are killing our communities.
That's right. And Mick, the general consensus here at the meeting would be unanimous, Chris, that Mick is a very genuine, very honest man and a very capable man as well, I'd say.
He has an innate ability to instill confidence in people, and I think everybody here, you know, walked out of the room with a spring in their step, thinking that they were all convinced that Mick Keelty is across all of the issues. They didn't tell him anything new, I don't think, but he gave them confidence that he understood and that he was taking it back to Canberra to the new water minister, Keith Pitt, which was my only concern, that it was Little Proud that gave us the undertaking and he's no longer there. But he assures me that Keith Pitt would address it.
Yeah, that's right. And I just would add that to that, Chris. I think Mick inspires confidence because he is actually a genuinely good man.
He's a good man.
That's right.
He's a good man.
Yeah. And the other thing, Chris, that I'd just like you to explain a little bit better, there was a meeting after the meeting, and I'll just add to that another thing I forgot. We've just come out of 3 hours of meetings, so Chris has been in 3 hours of meetings to date, and there's a lineup of people to talk to Chris after this interview as well.
Better than shoveling fertiliser, I suppose, but it doesn't pay as well.
That's right, yeah. So Chris, the meeting with the irrigators and farmers and people from Shepparton Shepparton and area, can you just fill us in on that, Chris?
Look, I was really wanting to encourage all of the people here to stay back after Mr. Keelty left and just address them from our experiences in Southern Riverina Irrigators, where we've been, we're a grower elected group, democratically elected from the 5 regions, as you know, and you've got a peak group that is then well funded to make representation to the likes of Mick Keelty and other politicians or government departments, you know, and there's a myriad of them. So it has worked for us because we've been well funded, we've been able to get accurate data, and I just wanted these guys to know that they don't have anyone. And they need to form a committee, stand up and make representation of themselves rather than rely on the incumbent VFF, whom I don't think are doing a very good job. When they're part of the NFF, and the NFF is supporting floodplain harvesting, which is taking 726,000 megs out of the Murray River. They're in favour of the 450, which is taking another 450,000 megs. And they're in favour of getting rid of the Murray River constraints, so all this could actually be taken.
You'd nearly think that the NFF's actually on the other side, Chris.
I would not see the NFF, nor their affiliate states like the VFF.
And the the VFF, who is a subgroup of the NFF.
So there were VFF guys here that had their nose out of joint, but you know, I was not here to have the argument. I was here to tell these people our experience and encourage them to do so. They formed a committee called the Goulburn Irrigation Communities. There were 20 odd people put their hand up up to be on that committee, and they will meet and form their own office bearers and secure funding and incorporate, and you've got another water group.
That's right.
Doing a better job.
That's it, Chris. And I think what it is Victoria needs a more specific irrigators group, rather than an overarching group like the Victorian Farmers Federation, which has got a lot of different farmer groups in it, but not specifically irrigation, which I think is what's happened here today.
Well, it was good because it was a good cross-representation of all the irrigators in the area. There were dairy farmers, there were fruit growers, there were broadacre guys, across the region that want to form a SHEP group. There is already a Numurkah group, there is already a Kuna group, and there is already a Goulburn group. Now, from those 4 or 5 groups, they will have a couple of delegates each now to have an SRI equivalent. And we'd be very happy to join with them and the guys from Murrumbidgee to form a Southern Basin community group to have direct contact with federal and state politicians.
And Chris, that can only assist irrigators. Having a Victorian group specifically dedicated to irrigation, working in tandem with a Southern Riverina Irrigators, which is another large irrigation group, and in tandem with the Murrumbidgee Irrigators as well.
The issues in the Southern Basin are relevant to the Southern Rivers, and every other bloody group we've been involved with, National Irrigators Council, the New South Wales Irrigators Council, have the agenda's been set, stolen, run, dictated by the Northern Rivers Group, National Party, all of those big heads from Commonwealth, and we can't get our issues on the agenda. So now we have a group across 3 rivers that actually morphs the New South Wales Irrigators Council and speaks with relevance to the local issues in this area.
Chris, I'm sure that can only assist the irrigator cause, absolutely, and I wish you all the best, and I'll commend Chris for the work and the effort that Chris puts in. I know Chris says he's part of the committee, but I can assure you Chris's effort is absolutely massive, and I commend you for that.
It's a big committee, and they do a good job. Thanks,
Chris. See you later.
Okay. You're on.